Hi, I'm someone the elusive Fangirl, and I'm back to start a new series, Scumbag System, which is based off the novel Renja Fangpai Shiji Jitong, or Scum Villain Self-Saving System, as I will call it from now on because my Chinese pronunciation is appalling, which is another novel by Mo Shang Tongshu, or MXTX. I have read a lot of the novel, just not the last 20 chapters as I got distracted by Heaven Official's Blessing. So I know the majority of the story, however it has been a good year and a half at least since I read it, so I will have forgotten most people's names except from two main characters, and I'll recognise some of the other names, but because I also haven't heard them said before, I will not know how to say them, so I'll try and listen out, but if I mispronounce names, I am very sorry. Since I haven't completely finished the novel, I would prefer if we could have no spoilers in the comments. Since I do know the basic story of most of it, I probably won't be doing many predictions in my discussions, as half of it I might just know. However, if I do make any predictions, it will be because I have forgotten parts of the plot. Otherwise, I'm just looking forward to starting this and seeing how they've adapted the novel. Let's get to it. It's going to take me a little while to get used to seeing a 3D donghua, as this will be the first one I've watched. I like the song. I'm guessing all these scenes will be taken out of the actual donghua. The iconic scene. Ah, the peaks. Interesting. Yes. The hair's a little bit off. His hair's fine. I like Shen's voice actor a lot. I liked it in the preview as well. It just conveys exactly the kind of character I imagined. Oh my god. Good advice. Yeah. Set that aside. All is harem, yes. I like how they're telling the original story in this through showing it through a 2D this donghua style, just to differentiate. So this is what should happen, or did originally happen even. I like that they've included all the stuff. It seems to be following it pretty much exactly so far. 3,000 women. And breathe. I like to use the actual art in the background. Don't eat whilst getting super angry. I like how the system looks. Yes, got to make this a classic. Yeah, you didn't become the protagonist. Can't act out of character yet. Aww. Sorry about that. Too blindingly bright. Oh god. Oh, he's so cute. I can't remember how old he is. Is he 14 or 15 at this time? 14, thank you. He's very pretty when passed out. Please look forward to it. I like how he knows how to use cultivation. He's so naive at this age. Yeah, she's really not helping. She needs to stop talking. Exactly. Also, did the colour of her, the strings in her hair change from gold to black? Was that an animation issue? Exactly, this girl is making it so much worse. What a place to end. I have actually listened to this ED already. I really like it. I think that was a really good episode. As a starting episode, I thought the start of it, when they were explaining the original story and how it originally goes as a web novel, was done very well. I really liked Shen Yuan's voice actor and his tone whilst he's talking about the story, like saying yada yada yada, you know, typical story. We have the protagonist has to have a sad backstory. Why is he in a boat, like in a basket or a bucket? Obviously, so it's mysterious. I love how sarcastic they are about the story and all the cliches it has in it, because his main complaint is everything is super cliche, from the villains to the stories, the fact that they have a harem of like 3,000 girls in the end, all of it's super cliche and it's super boring, which is why when he's put into the body of Shen Qingchu, then he can gain points by doing things, including discovering side stories which were never told in the actual novel. The animation will definitely take a little bit of getting used to. It's going to be what it is, though. I won't complain about it too much. Occasionally some of the mistakes are a little bit obvious. It's a little bit jarring, but I'm quite used to seeing those different animations, so I'm sure that it won't really affect my concentration. I still will be able to immerse myself, even if in the back of my mind I'm looking at the hair or different parts of it. Like, I'm pretty sure at one point Ying Ying's, the junior girl's hair strings, I'm not sure what to call them, were just coloured black, like their colour hadn't actually been added into that part of it, which is strange. Otherwise, I think Yuan Binghe looks adorable. As a 14-year-old, he's just very cute, needs protecting. So I can't wait until that can start happening, rather than him being beaten and bullied at the moment. Really enjoy how they've portrayed the system as the holographic screen that comes up, and I like the fact that the names appear above all the characters. Like, it is, as Shen Yuan said, like an RPG, he can see everything that's going on. He's got his abilities, which he can power up. At the moment he's got two. He's got his sword and he's got the leaf ability, the cutting leaf or something along those lines. But yeah, apart from doing a lot of exposition drop, I'm sure there's more to come in the second episode. As we've explained what the overall story should have been, and the motivations of the character now, which is to gain enough points so that he can act out of character and therefore have the ability to change his ending so that he won't be stuck limbless in a pickle pot, just as a head and a torso. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what they called it, but he's just a head and a torso stuck in a pickle jar. I'm really looking forward to the next episode and hopefully starting to get the story moving now we've done the exposition. I really like the character designs, especially for Luo Binghe and Shen Qingchu. I think they look very pretty, and just as they were described in the novel, both of them, yeah, as the older Luo Binghe, you could see why all the girls come to him for his looks just alone, and the fact that he's powerful then obviously helps. I think the last thing I want to talk about is I'm interested to see how much this story can stick to the novel and how much will get past the censors and how they'll adapt it so that the story will still work without some of the stuff leading towards the romance. I'm guessing we'll be going along a sworn brothers or very familial bond instead of romance, just because I doubt that they will get past the censors. Either way, even if we can't have the romance as is in the novel, I'm sure I'll still enjoy it. I'm just really looking forward to the humour in this series, because that's what I loved about the novel, was the humour, especially from Shen Yuan's narration of what he even himself is doing. We've already seen him berating himself and Shane Qingqie for what they've done in the past, and I look forward to his narration throughout the Donghua. Otherwise, I think that's it, and I just can't wait to start the next episode. I'll see you next time. Bye!